Who decides? Let's live in a boat.
I'm Sarah, this is Abby, and welcome to A Swool Unlimited. I'm a scuba instructor, and I lived in my van for a little over 3 years after living abroad as a dive shop owner. Now I'm living in an old sailboat with the hopes of sailing and diving around the Pacific Northwest and beyond. On this channel, you'll get scuba lessons, dive site explorations, and sailing adventures. Join the community here on YouTube or come diving with me around the world on one of my expeditions. This video is sponsored by Divers Alert Network. As a scuba diver, safety is my #1 priority, so I always have my rescue gear on hand to keep me safe in the water. Check out their gear and insurance policies with the links in the description below. Alright, let's get into the video. After about a year of living on my boat in a marina, I finally bought the necessary parts for a major lithium upgrade, which will give me the freedom to explore away from shore power for many days at a time. I still have a ways to go before I'm able to be completely off-grid, but every piece of the puzzle gets me closer to that freedom. I set up the solar and battery build in my van, so I felt moderately prepared for this project. However, the boat's electrical system is much more complicated than my simple setup in the van. The rapidly approaching deadline weighed down my body as I scrambled to troubleshoot things before my first trip out to the San Juan Islands.
Oh, look. That's his little home. I'm not sure I'm ready to show you my shame, but I think if I expose myself, then I will do something about it. So here we go. I don't want to. Oh no. My cockpit has become a trash bin. Yikes. Bought a bunch of stuff, but I'm not really sure that I want to keep everything, especially that huge Victron battery charger inverter. That thing terrifies me. I have no idea how I'm gonna set that up. And so I'm just holding on to all the trash because I'm like, maybe I'll return it. Maybe I'll just give up. I'm having commitment issues. I got this giant lead acid battery out of this container by myself, but I am not able to get that out of the boat, so I need to find someone to help me with that. And basically, I'm gonna replace that with 2 of these, so I'm getting a major upgrade in power once this is all said and done. Obviously, it's a giant mess. It's a lot of work. I've already put in many, many hours of figuring out how I'm gonna set this up and trial and error of things, moving things to different places, but it's coming together, so check it out. I'm gonna put this panel basically by the battery box. Where is it gonna go? It's gonna go up here. So it's gonna be exposed. I'll probably end up putting something over it to just make it look a little bit nicer, but honestly, I don't really care if it's exposed. I've got all this stuff. Some of it I took from the van, some of it I've bought new. I've been upgrading to Victron because I bought Renogy stuff for the van and I have not been impressed. This is probably the weirdest part of all of it. It's going to allow me to add things that I've been wanting to add to the electrical system that I don't have space for on that particular panel. So yeah, we make it work around here. When is anything on a boat ideal? Let's be real. With this huge, oh, that works. Hi, honey. Do you want to be a part of this? Abby says hello. She doesn't appreciate being picked up. You want to go back to bed? You see that it's nothing than talking to myself again. I love you so much. Go back to bed. Ooh. Waka. Hello. Let's see. Oh God. Ugh. Okay. Oh. Oh my gosh. Did I do it? Okay, look at that. Whew. The thing about these long summer days is I end up using those hours. Oh my gosh. I started video editing at 8 o'clock this morning, and I think I'm just now wrapping up. It's 7:30. Wrapping up wrapping up battery stuff. So I've made a few of these cables, which is pretty cool. I'm realizing that this situation is going to be too tall for this. That is for future Sarah to deal with. I'm pretty pleased. I smell really bad, covered in fiberglass, so I'm gonna go shower. I've got everything set up now, with the exception of the charger and inverter, but I'm very tired, so I'm not gonna try testing any of this right now. It has been a very long and hot day, so I'm gonna call it a shower, go to bed, and repeat. It's just Groundhog's Day around here. Wake up, do work, do boat projects, go to sleep, over and over and over again. It's gonna pay off though. I know it will. All right, it is a new day. Hello, and we're gonna test this. It's always nerve-wracking to test out a new electrical system because you just hope and pray that you don't blow up the place. That connected to a fuse, to a switch, to my bus bar / fuse block. I've got my DC to DC charger here. These are connected to the start battery. I've got my solar all charged up. We've got it grounded. We have the panels on. This is off. I need to see what the deal is with the Bluetooth. Here we go. Nothing changed. But now I should have electricity going through here. If I had anything connected, I would be able to run it off of the battery at this point. I got the Victron Connect app, so now, in theory, if I do this, hey, we've got power. Oh God. That's just a cover, it's okay. Tell me you have anxiety without telling me you have anxiety, oh my gosh. The DC to DC charger, the battery to battery charger, is the thing that I had the most trouble with in my van. Granted, it was a Renogy and I was never particularly impressed with their products. Just in case, this is nearby. It seems to be working, but not to full capacity, only 5 amps. This doesn't make sense. No comprendo. Let's get you out of the sun because it's gonna get hot soon. The biggest question mark right now is my alternator okay? But the DC to DC charger is connected and functioning, so yay. The nice thing about being on a boat during a heat advisory is it actually doesn't get as hot in the boat just because we're in water. We have a little bit of insulation from the heat outside. Living in the van was not the case. Oh my gosh, it would get so hot in there. We would just open all the doors and have the fan blowing and be melting inside, even in the shade. This is much more comfortable. It pays to be tiny. This is so fun. There it is. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my God. That feels more centered. The last part of the project was to install the charger inverter and to clean up the battery space for the trip. Luckily, I had a couple of hands to help with the heavy lifting.
Ready?
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. Oh, we have 60 amps. Oh my God, it's charging! Ah! Goodbye, horrible heavy battery. Goodbye, goodbye. I honestly don't know how you're doing that. I mean, I do because, you know, grr. Jesus. There's literally so much room for activities. Oi, oi, oi. I mean, it's not great,
It's not
but
bad, though.
for right now, I'll take it. This looks like a fire hazard. Like, moderate fire hazard. Right from the jump, the trip was a little rocky. I took us to an area and I thought I knew where I was, but I cut a shallow corner of a channel and almost ran aground. It really spooked me because I'm not confident with anything I do on the boat, but for some reason I was in that moment. I really thought I knew where I was. Luckily, I sensed that something was wrong and double-checked, so nothing bad happened, but I beat myself up for a bit about the whole thing. Then Dakota did something completely unhinged that got me out of my shame spiral.
What did we learn?
Don't get in the dinghy that's being towed behind the sailboat when you're going 6 knots.
Oh my god.
Now, I will say, both of us understand how dangerous this could have been, and it definitely won't happen again. But what's funny about being a scuba diver, and specifically instructors, is neither of us is spooked by the water. I know that as sailors, the water can mean death, and I've met plenty of boat people who are genuinely terrified of the water, but that simply couldn't be me. We kept things moving, enjoyed the sunset from the boat, and managed to arrive at Port Ludlow just as night was settling in. Well, Azulita is anchored for the first time ever, and Abby and I have rowed to shore so that she can pee. This was nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. Wanted to go to Port Townsend today, but we got started too late, so it just didn't happen. So anyway, I'm exhausted, my head hurts. Gonna try sleeping on anchor. Probably gonna be stressed about it, even though like there's literally no wind. We're gonna be fine, but it's just new. It's new. Until I get more used to this stuff, it's just gonna be hard. It is. Bringing Abby over in the dinghy, she was not impressed. I was rowing as fast as I could because the poor thing's been stuck in the boat all day. I'm not sure that she loves all this boat stuff, to be totally honest. But I do know that she loves exploring new places and getting all the smells. So there are aspects that she really loves. Gotta go pee on everything. Good girl. This is positively absurd. Who decides? Let's live in a boat. Oh my god. It's a great idea. It'll be so much fun. And it is. It really is. First anchor out was a success. This thing is still not my favorite, and this setup is not great. So I gotta figure something out for this. But check it out, Port Ludlow. I stayed in the marina right before my haul out, so at least this was a familiar place. It's pretty cool. Kind of weird, but cool. What's the consensus? How'd we do?
I mean, you threw me overboard, but...
I did not. That was all you, buddy.
No, we did great. Everything worked. How do you put this thing back together?
I have no idea.
It just starts at step 2. I think step 1 is to go overboard. Oh.
Oh, there we go, step 1. Oh, there you go. It's like an SMB.
That's all it is. Very fancy SMB.
Let's go, muscles. Because we have a giant windlass that barely works.
Don't need a windlass. I am a windlass. Hold that.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah. I think we need to put tension on this, though. A good balance for both of us. Because I'm far too nervous, and you're not enough. In regard to anchoring, there are general rules of certain ratios of scope, which is the amount of line from the anchor to the boat that you let out. But I'm still learning what is best based on the conditions and the amount of space in an anchorage. She's the star of it all anyway.
Oh, make
Our next stop was the San Juan Islands. I didn't research much before this trip because I wasn't sure where we would end up or how many days we would have, so as we left Port Ludlow, I chose James Island State Park as a possible mooring spot. Luckily, we arrived just in time to grab the last mooring ball for the night. Arriving to the islands made me wish we had more than a few days to explore the area. I will definitely be back soon with scuba gear ready to go. This is pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, hey, looking sexy. Abby thinks so too. You're not even looking at her. There you go. Good. Respect. No falling down the path. Got it. Good job. You too?
What are we talking about?
Want to jump in the water? Nice toilet paper.
Keep that thing on me.
Oh yeah, she hates that thing. Get the toilet paper out of here.
Toilet paper's fine.
Good morning. This is so cool. It's so foggy. I've been listening to the ferries blow their foghorns all morning. Abby and I are here having a potty break. And we're just gonna chill today. Gonna enjoy the island, go for a hike. And I just, this makes all of the work and all of the stress worth it. Our pile of dog poop. You're gonna float away. I can't do this one-handed. Bye, Azulita. This is kind of fun. I like being a passenger princess. Oh, this is steep. The dog did that trail like it was nothing. So cute. Ooh! You got the good stuff?
Oh yeah. Tony, keep that thing on me. Toilet paper, granola, whatever you want.
Let's go! Oh God. We've been waiting around for the fog to burn off a little bit. It looks a lot better right now, so I think we're gonna get ready to leave our little paradise. She looks so pretty. Somebody just left. We had a neighbor on that other mooring ball. We're not totally alone though. Hello. It is kind of crazy though because we're officially in fall. It's cold. I need to actually install my heater. Like for real this time, not like the other millions of times I've tried to install this heater. I cannot freeze to death this winter again. I will not do it. All right, one's already pulled. Vámonos. We are loose and fancy free. Oh no! There's a jelly behind us and I'm running it over. Pobrecito. I think it survived. Our next stop was Port Townsend, where I planned to anchor for the second time. I had seen plenty of boats anchored near the boatyard during my haul out, so the idea was to hang out there for the night. But when we arrived, I noticed Fort Warden was open for anchoring, and I couldn't resist. I spent a lot of time in this state park when I was living in my van. I even dove here when I was learning to use my dry suit. Even though I loved spending time here back then, I was never allowed to sleep in my van at Fort Warden. So this felt like a little triumph. This is exactly why I wanted to switch to boat life.
That was a beautiful, uneventful day. We motored the whole way because the wind was directly against us. Hopefully we'll get some sailing in tomorrow.
Oh, we're pooping.
The wind is a little bit stronger here, and obviously we're exposed to currents versus where I anchored out in Port Ludlow. So we'll see how we do on anchor. Hopefully I'll get a decent night's sleep, but it's still nerve-wracking, you know? Obviously, this is only my second time, so normal things. I have to keep reminding myself that. Hi! Oh, there she is. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Should we go home? We're over that way.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
That final morning, we were out of decent food, so we decided to try anchoring near town for a little brunch before heading back to Seattle. Being out here with the boat still feels totally surreal. This first trip to the islands was exactly what I needed to jumpstart a new aspect of boat life, actually cruising.
Waka.
What's up?
We got a whole lot of kelp.
It feels hilarious that I'm finally ready to explore now that summer's over. The gray, wet weather will be moving in soon, but the cool thing about the change in the season? Visibility is improving, and the diving will be much better. Next step, try doing this boating stuff alone, and eventually figure out how to get to dive sites by boat and jump in the water. On purpose this time.
Okay. Wait, where is she? Oh, okay. I see her. Yeah, I couldn't tell because there's a boat right in front. Okay. She's just out there rocking. Whee! Oh God. Oh God. I love that it says no anchorage within 300 feet. Yeah, what's that about? I feel like
That's it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more from the Azul Unlimited community, join us over on Patreon. And if you want to join me for a dive trip, check out my upcoming expeditions on my website. Okay, love you. Bye.